about them, they don't need power. Lights, heat, nothing. That's the advantage. That's what makes them stronger.
We both have families. You want to protect yours, I want to protect mine. It's our only chance for peace.
Are you aware?
No!
They are going to turn on you.
They're animals!
Caesar, your home.
Who was that?
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm saving the human race.
There must be another way.
War has already begun.
Hey guys, Robert and Bianca here, as we are continuing the final third of our, well, I call it third, even though technically the second third was just one movie, but the final third of our Planet of the Apes retrospective with the Reboot trilogy, as we go over our favorite of the trilogy, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which what brought Matt Reeves to the trilogy. And, well, Bianca, what did you think of this movie, besides it being your favorite?
Dang it. How they establish what the apes are doing and then what the people are doing currently was honestly one of the better things.
Definitely. And, you know, I mean, and this movie was definitely more for what, like, if Rise was conquest, this was definitely battle for.
Yes.
You know, you have the 10 years, the decade skip, the simian flu has wiped out most of humanity and a lot of the wildlife. And the apes are more the main focus of this, but still with some good humans on here. I mean, you have Gary Oldman as Dreyfus and all that. And in fact, if there's one downside with this trilogy, is there's not really ever been any human carryovers.
Yes.
That's the only annoying thing about this, that no humans carry over to the next movies.
Actually, I like that.
Oh, you do?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Makes it kind of like episodic in a way.
True, that is true, but I don't know. I mean,
sometimes like, what adventure will we have next?
oh, no, I get that, but at the same time, it just feels like every time there's someone who could actually help and bring some good to the people, they end up getting killed off.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
Yeah, and I mean, for example, Dreyfus and you know, Gary Oldman's character in Dawn, probably the most human, ironically, of the villains, the human villains.
I think it's supposed to show that no matter who you meet, no matter how many people down the line, there's always good people.
Exactly. I mean, especially like the whole idea, and but in his case, he's a good person, but unfortunately, given how it's been a decade and everything, and given what Koba does, there's no way in hell he would ever, you know, try and trust the apes ever again.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh.
Which, I gotta say, I prefer Koba over Aldo. Koba actually felt like he knew what he was doing, and he wasn't just being all like, we will overthrow Caesar! None of that!
Yeah. He's just like, let's do it.
Oh yeah, and well, in this case also, since he was there from the start, well, no, so was Aldo, but here, it
was a connection.
Yeah, definitely. There was definitely a connection, and it's more of a case where he feels he knows what's best, as opposed to Aldo, which was just power mad.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Thade, I guess.
Oh yeah, and Thade. But in fact, according to TV tropes from Matt Reeves, while he isn't a villain at the time, and it's technically his own fault it happened to him, Koba's brutal beating at the hands of Caesar in front of the apes is supposed to be sympathetic. And according to Reeves, and it's what finally pushes him over the edge, that beating.
For Koba or
Yeah,
Caesar?
For Koba.
Ah,
Oh, but yeah, Caesar, he is the star here. Caesar is truly the star. Let's be honest. Franco's character was the star of the last one, but here, this is where Caesar shines the most.
well, for me, like, I understand wanting to feel sympathy for Koba, but when you realize that Koba is willing to kill Caesar to get what he wants, to try to make things right by his own standards, that's when I lost sympathy.
Oh yeah, and
So
not
I'm
that,
like, beat him!
but it's not only that though, but it's the fact that Koba it's an ape supremacist. Now, again, given how he was treated, I understand that. But he
Yeah.
still lets it dominate him. Whereas at least Caesar, he knew that there is good in people. But it's because of people like Koba is why the war keeps on escalating.
Mm-hmm. And I think, was his name Maurice?
Maurice, yeah.
I think Maurice was a good example of being in between those two.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He said he wasn't treated well by humans either. He doesn't have any scars or anything, but he's willing to understand Caesar and see where he comes from because of his
Maurice. I
understanding.
like Maurice. He was also in all 3 movies.
Yeah, I'm so glad he was.
Yeah, I like him. He was a very interesting character, and the fact that he ended up becoming one of the voices of reason.
Yes, like the Virgil.
Yeah, like Virgil, exactly, like Virgil. Then another one that was a holdover was Rocket, the other chimp, the one who would say, "I follow Caesar."
Yes. Oh.
Unfortunately, then he ended up losing a lot of his focus because of Koba in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Ended up being the downfall.
Believe it or not, though, Maurice was played by a woman.
Like for the Mokim?
And voice.
Was it a deep sounding woman, or like did they do some editing?
I don't know, but as far as I know, I looked it up.
Maurice is now my ultimate favorite character.
Yep, her name is Karen Carnival.
Awesome. Thank you, Karen, for being a carnival.
That
is fantastic.
I know, right? It's like as soon as I saw him, like, wait, what?
It reminds me back in those days where all the males would play the female roles, or all the females would be playing the male roles.
Right.
We could still do it, guys. I believe in us.
Exactly. But
how did you feel about the starting of the Ape Shall Not Kill Ape?
Oh, I love that. But then you are not an ape.
Oh my gosh. And the fact that I remember in the last Planet of the Apes movie,
Battle, yeah.
Battle
ape
of the Planet
killed ape.
Mm-hmm.
But now to be fair though, that was Aldo was the first one to do that.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that in the original, Caesar was supposed to kill Aldo directly.
No. Caesar was supposed to die, and Aldo was supposed to take over.
Oh, you're right. Frick, I'm getting it confused now. There's been too much movie.
Yeah. You were just describing what we actually end up getting.
Yeah. How did you feel like that's the reason why?
Here it made more sense, though. Here it made more sense because Cobra had to be put down. He was becoming too much of a liability.
Yeah. I don't feel bad.
Yeah, but yeah, it even says here on TV Tropes, a bittersweet ending. Caesar regains control over the ape colony. Koba and Dreyfus are both dead and the fighting has been halted. However, their actions resulted in lack of trust between the two camps, and soldiers are now heading to the apes, meaning a war between the two species is fast approaching. And unfortunately, as we know, Malcolm, the human, he also ended up getting killed. In fact, turns out he's killed by the Colonel in the next movie.
Really?
So yeah, apparently Malcolm actually went to Colonel McClue in the next, between movies, try to tell him how the apes aren't bad people, and McClue killed him for being an idiot.
That makes a lot of sense, actually, because he just like, oh hey, the military are coming. I'm gonna see if I can talk to them, stall them, whatever. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, oh, did
Boom.
anything ever happen?
Yep.
But it sucks that we have to be told off screen.
Well, there was originally a deleted scene that would have explained it. Otherwise, and otherwise, this is more of a
Oh,
case where we gotta take Matt Reeves' word for it.
I don't have the DVD. I saw this all on Voodoo.
I know it's all right. It's understand. Well, no, I'm telling you, this is stuff from interviews and everything.
Well, I didn't care about interviews and stuff then.
Yeah, but again, throughout this movie, again, this one felt like I said, so much a battle. But that's the one thing I noticed about Matt Reeves' movies. They both kind of split battle into these two movies
Mm-hmm.
in many ways. Like again, with this one, it's very much the humans preparing for the fight with humanity and with the apes, but especially the infighting that was the ending of battle.
Like a part one and part two.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then now I will say though, did you feel Malcolm was a bit too much of an idealist, or do you think it made sense? What do you think?
I think it made sense to at least have one person like that,
Mm-hmm.
because there was the other guy who was completely the opposite and
Oh yeah,
not
Dreyfus.
trusting.
Dreyfus, yeah.
Yeah, and he had like a gun every second of the time, and I'm like, dude, just stop, please.
Yep. But again, that's one thing I like about Dreyfus. So again, Gary Oldman's character, he's
Hmm.
not evil. And he's not evil. He's just merely misguided, ill-informed, and desperate.
Yeah, I'm so happy he stopped.
Well, at least he took out Koba with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, from his point of view, the humans are fighting in self-defense. Just when the colony receives power and starts communication, Koba leaves the ape to start slaughtering them. So of course he's going to then thinking, so when Malcolm at gunpoint starts making peace talks, it's understandable why Dreyfus refused to give him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, because he thinks the ape just attacked us. It's like he doesn't represent them. How can I believe that? That kind of stuff. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
so,
They're
it's funny because
animals.
he shot
They're
them first. They
they're
didn't even do
animals.
anything.
They're animals. They attacked us.
Because animals can act in defense too.
Well, to be fair though, but Kobo's the one who went on the offensive, not in defense. He decided just to slaughter.
Yeah, but Dreyfus was also the one who shot an ape first. Well, they
That's
didn't even
true.
do anything.
Oh, that's true, but that was also, let's be honest, that probably was a bit of more of an overreaction that could have been talked down. But again, Koba's like, no, never forgive.
I mean, the son died, so
But we're not there yet. But yeah, but
that was
overall,
in the second movie.
oh no, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. I'm mixing them up. But yeah, overall though, this was still a very strong film, and this one really set a lot of stuff. It's like Rise is constantly the odd one out between these ones.
I can definitely see that, but after rewatching it again, I'm like, I think I
You
like
need
the
it though.
second and third one.
Yep, I mean, you needed it to set up the world,
Yeah.
but at the same time, this is not a two. What you know about the phrase two-part trilogy, right? Where you have the first movie, which is all on its own, and then the next two are kind of split in half. This is not like that, thankfully, but it has that feel of it.
Yeah,
It has
especially with how the second one's set up.
the third one, yeah. But at the same time, you could definitely tell Reeves probably didn't know had no idea what he was going to do next movie.
Nah. He
Especially
just
with
came
what
in the second and he's like, okay, what do I do next?
exactly. And oh boy, in fact, let's just wrap it up here so we can get into the second one, which is I'm not going to say it's the weakest, but it's a dud of an ending of a trilogy. Would you agree with that?
I disagree with that.
Okay, well, let's wait and see then. We'll see you guys on the next time as we go over War for the Planet of the Apes. See ya.
Bye.